Hey, Jeff Moody here at jeffmoodymd.com, jeffmoody.com, and Burnout Recovery for You. And in today's Talking About Burnout video, we're going to help you explain to your boss or your employer or your system or your group that you're worth at least $1 million to them. Okay? So one of the critical drivers of burnout clearly is the work environment. So sometimes we, as physicians, probably aren't rewarded with the value that we create within a hospital system or either within your own practice. So what I like to do is make sure you can be armed with the information that you need to go talk to your boss, your group, or your employer, if it's a healthcare system, about what your true worth to them is on an annual basis. And I'm not talking about great patient care, which I'm sure you do, and I'm not talking about, reducing malpractice, which also I'm sure you do, but with more burnout, you have more malpractice risk. I'm talking about strictly dollars and cents. So if it ever comes down to brass tacks and you're thinking about leaving, an option for you to go back and talk to your employer, whoever that may be, would be to say, look, let's talk about my real value here, number one. Obviously, it's the money that you generate seeing patients, but the critical thing is the ancillary revenue that is generated by family practitioners, general surgeons, orthopedists. There are varying levels. A typical family practitioner probably generates $1 million in ancillary revenue between lab tests, x-rays, and other inpatient, outpatient services for a hospital system. A general surgeon may generate up to $2 million per year in those services. An orthopedist could generate up to $5 million per year. So clearly, physicians in general aren't compensated for those things, and that's not legal or appropriate to be, but your value to the system is high. So when you ask for a scribe or a PA or someone to help with the workload that you're being asked to shoulder, that $10 or $20 or $50 or even $100,000 expense should be a no-brainer for your employer to say, absolutely, that's a great idea. Let's do it. Let's make your life better. Let's make you more productive. The second way to think about this, independent of the money that you're generating for the system or your employer, is to think about the replacement costs for you. The typical replacement costs are 2 to 5 to 10 times your annual salary. So you can do the math, but even physicians who are in the $200,000 range or less could be up to $1 million or more in replacement costs. And that also doesn't factor in the lost revenue, your excellent care, the loss of your expertise, the other leadership positions you hold in the hospital. So you are very valuable. And if your burnout is being driven by your work environment, let them know that if they don't seek to help you with your burnout and reward you for the value you're creating, you will probably have to seek employment elsewhere. If you like this video, please sign up for our YouTube channel so you know when the next one is coming out, and head on over to jeffmoody.com or jeffmoodymd.com and just take a look at the services we provide, including my book, The Doctor is Burned Out, A Physician's Guide to Recovery, my online course, Burnout Recovery for You, as well as consulting and speaking that we do. We want to support you, and we wanted to support you in your recovery from burnout. Remember, until the next video, burnout recovery is for you.